If you are an estate agent, a lettings agent, and you're looking to boost your SEO and get your website up on the top of Google and benefit from all of the joys of being up there with the traffic, the commercial intent type of traffic that would come to your site and things, the first thing you need to do before anything else is to do an audit of your site. I do them all the time. When doing an audit, a free audit for a client or just anyone who inquires it, or if I'm starting a new project with a client, the first thing I'll always do before anything else is to do the audit, because you get a SWOT analysis basically of what is wrong with your site and what's wrong and what's working with competitors' websites. And from there, you can basically create your marketing plan. So what I'm going to do today is record an audit of a site and check who their competitors are and show you how I identify the issues and come up with a plan and stuff. So if you wanted to, you could request an audit from me and I can do it for you. And you kind of know what kind of stuff you're going to get. So bear with me, I'll be back in one sec. So what I've done is I've gone to Google and I searched for estate agent in Dublin. I always try to do not the UK when I'm doing these sort of audits. I don't want to upset any UK agents. That's basically where I do my thing. That's my patch, I guess. So I tend to not do the UK because I might upset people, and that's not my intention. So I've done Dublin, and I've basically gone and searched for estate agent in Dublin. I've scrolled down to like the third or fourth page on Google. Come to this site here. So this is the site I'm going to audit. And then what I've also done is I've gone to position 1 of Google for estate agent Dublin, and I came up with this site. So this is the site that is owning the number 1 spot on Google for estate agent in Dublin. So getting all of the traffic basically, so I'm going to basically compare the two of them and show you how I come up with a plan, right? So what I've got here in this one here, I'll scroll down a little bit and have a quick look at it. There's things I can see here like the H1, which is this one here, prime properties in Dublin. I get why that's there, but it's not actually a search term a potential customer or a potential lead with search, right? That needs to be more about, and also for Google, you need to be telling Google what it is that you are, what you do and stuff, and that is you're an estate agent in Dublin. You're helping people sell and helping people move home in Dublin. These are the kind of keyword stuff that you need here on that H1, not of all your pages, but especially your home page and your lead pages, because you're telling Google what it is that you're trying to rank for, what it is that you do, so you've got a chance to rank for that. So one of the reasons why these guys are so far down on Google is because they're not optimizing it correctly, So if I had to click this button here, estate agents in Dublin, that's great. They've got it on the site title, but they've got nothing here on their heading to help back it up, and they've got the alt tags that they've got, the images, like all this stuff here, Cook IE's logo and close and mobile logo, not helping with the optimization for that local SEO, which is basically estate agent in Dublin or Dublin estate agents and things like that. Okay, so, and also the meta description here is missing, and this is too long. Okay, so when that's too long, this section here, what it means is basically Google will most likely come up with their own tag, title tag, page tag, because this is too long, so they'll probably come up with something different, in which case it's probably not ideal, it's not what you wanted, so selling your property, looking to let your property, looking to full management, this isn't right, and then really this estate agent Dublin sales, letting, property management, Dublin 6, 6W, D12 and NAS. That's fine, but it's just too long. It's just too long. You probably don't need the postcodes, to be honest with you. Google will figure that out for you, So scrolling down a bit further, the first thing I notice is if you go down to the bottom here, there's not a lot of text. Okay, and I get you don't necessarily want a text heavy site, but it's hard for Google to know what you're doing, especially without all the other content and stuff. And I'll go into that in a second. But then here, location, 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 location. These would look way better if there's images there. I'm sure that they tried to do it, hasn't worked properly or something. But you I don't know. You need an image here or something. It just looks a bit bland like that, I think. But let's that's the site. You know, it's fine. You got your you got your button to contact us, and you can search keyword to find properties. But it would be nice to have a few buttons here and there about getting your instant online valuation and booking in a one-to-one property consultation and things like that to help convert the visitors, the traffic to the site into becoming leads. Okay, so and that needs to be at the top here somewhere. You don't have to have them sort of scroll down to try and find things and stuff. It needs to be very clear. They found you. It's someone is searching for an estate agent in Dublin or any location. They're looking for an estate agent. So just right at the top here, just really nice and clear. Reach out to us to book a one-to-one consultation on your home or something like that. Right. So this tool is called SE Ranking. I use it for most of my SEO kind of stuff. I've just basically put in their website and I've audited it. Wow. And this is what I've got back. So domain trust 17, page trust 3. That needs to be improved a bit. They're currently indexed for 421 keywords, and they've got 57 backlinks. Okay, so it's not bad. I've seen a lot worse, but definitely can be improved. Now if I scroll down a bit, it looks like it's a relatively new website. It looks like it's started getting indexed in February 2021. So you can see it got some traffic on the early doors. I mean, it peaked at 5 in March 2022, and then completely dropped down, and it's sort of on the up now, which is great. It's sort of climbing up. December 2023, we're on the 11th of December at the minute. It's got 15 visitors, so it's on the up, and hopefully it will continue to increase. Okay. Now, if I look at the keywords that it's getting indexed, there's a bit of a similarity here. Keywords and traffic kind of go hand in hand. You see that this is sort of spiked up from around June 23. Keywords spiked up at around, if I come here, August 23, it started increasing, going up, but it's sort of becoming up on a trajectory, climbing since December 2022. So that's all great. They kind of work hand in hand, the total traffic and the keywords. Okay. Now, if I was to compare this here to Irene Riley, who is in position 1 for Google, okay, and go to the audit here, you can see that they've got 3.3 thousand keywords indexed, okay, and they're receiving 1.1 thousand organic visits a month to their website. That's free. That's not from Google Ads and stuff. That's just from organic. Okay, so it's 3.3 thousand keywords. They've got 421. These guys are getting 15 organic visits to their site on a monthly basis, and these guys are getting 1.8 thousand. So these guys are definitely dominating and getting more leads and inquiries and stuff to their website for people looking for an estate agent in Dublin to help sell and rent their home. Okay. They've also got 2.2 backlinks. Okay, compared to these guys who are in position like page 5 or 4, whatever it was, they got 27 backlinks. Okay, so this all works hand in hand. They've got more keywords indexed because they've got more content on their site, and I'll show you that shortly. And they're getting more backlinks going to their site, which is bringing more Google bots and things to their site, and it's all going to different parts of the website as a whole, and everything's just bigger and better and more accessible to the Google bots. So things are just getting indexed. Now, if I showed you this bit here, we've got the total traffic. You see it started coming up around this section here, I suppose, which is what, June 2020, and then it sort of dropped here. This could have been like a core update. Yeah, I think it was. And it started climbing again in August, and it's just pumping up. So at the minute, as it stands now in December 2023, it's saying it's going to get 1,773 visits to to their website. Okay, and then on the keywords there should be a pattern here. You see it sort of drop down here and it's on the up again. Same with the traffic, you sort of drop down here and it's on the up again. So there are similar patterns, and it's important to identify them. If I were to show you the backlinks that these guys have been getting, it's on the up again. So from October 2020, on October 2019, it had 665 backlinks. It's now got just short of where it's picked up here, 2,193. Here it rounds it off to 2.2. Okay, so at 2.2 thousand backlinks to the site from 938 websites. So some websites are pushing more than one link to that site. Okay, these could be business directories. So in the UK, you might have a business directory like the Mirror, but then the Mirror have different locations and stuff, and then you might find that estate agent in Kent might have 5 or 6 links from the Mirror directory, which is pointing on I don't know, Faversham, Dover, and other locations in Kent. I really picked the wrong county for that. So that they got more pages coming from that one website, more links and citations and stuff. Now most of the time for estate agents, it's very much citations, business directories. That's enough. But you do sometimes get other links. Okay, so in the UK you can get loads and loads of links from like Rightmove, On the Market, Zoopla, portals like that. But then sometimes you might also get guest blogs. You might get articles written in your local area, and then maybe they've used a bit of content from one of your blog posts, and so they've linked back to you to as a resource. So it's really good to be writing content and stuff on your website when it's about this month's property market updates and tips on how to do this and that and X, Y, Z, and all localize it so it's all based in that community that you're covering. People will find that and they start linking back to it. So you get citations from property portals, citations, and people linking back to you when they've taken some of your content. They've liked your content, and they're basically saying, oh, this was taken from this site, and then they link back to you. Google wants that kind of stuff. It helps increase the domain trust and the page trust. So you see here, the domain trust for the competitor is in position 1 for Google, it's 33, and this client here, let's say it's my website or something, is 17, and the page trust, that's the home page, okay, is 3, and there's 10. So they're just better, and that's all coming from all these links here, and the content. Okay, so let's compare the two websites on the content front. Okay, so I said that this homepage here needs some more content, and it does. It's very weak. Okay, all this sort of stuff here. This is fine, but then that's it. Okay, now to contradict myself, if I take to the homepage of Owen Riley, who's in position 1, they've got like no content on their homepage. I love it. It's just images and links going to different places, and I love that. Okay, and this is a brilliant example of topical authority and cluster pages. Okay, so topical authority, I keep talking about it, but it's basically going, there's no point having one page on your website going, I sell homes in Dublin, and that's the only page that's supporting it. Google's like, okay, well, if you do, where's all your stuff? You got one page on your website saying that you sell homes in Dublin. You haven't got that topical authority. Okay, so although on their site they might have some other things, they've got real estate services, property lettings, property management, property sales, property maintenance, none of it saying anything about Dublin. You've got Dublin mentioned here. Let's see how many times they've got Dublin. They've got Dublin mentioned 11 times. It's probably in these listings and stuff. It's not being picked up anywhere really. It's this sort of stuff here. There's no actual content, no physical content in the headings. This stuff and the text that's talking about they are an estate agent who sells properties in Dublin. So Google's going to be like, whatever. If we compare it to these guys here, and we look what's going on here, they've got probably nothing here, but they've got a little bit. In fact, I think they've got Dublin hardly ever. Got it one time, but, and this is what I love about this site here, they've got all these pages, sales, properties, market intelligence for buyers, buyer registration, all these pages for rents and all this stuff. This is just booming with topical authority as an expert who sells properties in Dublin, you know. And they made it very clear that they are experts in Dublin. They may only have it mentioned like once on their homepage and stuff, but they'll have properties going on to it. They may have a blog page here somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't. They do. They have a blog here. Perhaps it's talking about Dublin and some of this sort of content here somewhere. Might not be, but they've got a bit of Dublin here and there. But what they're doing is they're just creating a website that's just oozing with information and market insights and tips and all that sort of stuff about selling homes. Okay, and where you go back to the homepage, Martin O'Reilly, and we just check what kind of tags they got for the homepage here. You got Dublin estate agent, you know, they've included Dublin here as well. You know, they do sales, letting management and block property management in Dublin. And they got properties to buy and rent. If I had to look at their listings, it'll all be properties in and around that Dublin area. So Google knows that they focus on Dublin, and they've got all these pages, all this stuff. They've got, I don't know how many pages they've got, 100 pages or something, if you include the blogs as well, all talking about property related tips and services and insights and stats and about them and all that kind of stuff. And they've probably got some testimonials, and they've got their link to the evaluation page. It's just a very rich site, a really helpful and informative site that Google will see as an informative site that will help the users. Okay, what you need to remember is with Google, the idea is that Google needs to keep as many people on their search engine as possible, because that's where they make money. Okay, they make money from ads and things like that. And so to make sure that people keep coming back and using Google, they need to make sure that they give the user the best content. Okay, that's why you've got these things like page authority and domain authority, and that's why Google takes backlinks and citations to the site seriously, because it works. They see it's like a vote of confidence, and also why they take topical authority seriously. Okay, so having a small site with 5 or 6 pages, a service, and about me, a contact us, a homepage, and a privacy policy and things like that isn't really going to cut the mustard. You need to have a big website, and it's just pumping out content, all relevant and stuff. Okay, and then you can have things like, if we go to services, it could be like, you know, selling with Owen O'Reilly. That can then have links going back to the pages that are talking about, you know, getting a valuation of your home and selling your home, and push to any sort of pages that are relevant to sales. And then when you're on the services, then when you've got stuff about property management or lettings and stuff, they can then be pointing to other relevant pages. And so all this content is sort of being married together with different types of services or different types of locations. I'm pretty sure I went down to the bottom here and I saw some branches. Let's see what they got here. Just a one branch. Okay, so fine. It's a bit of a silly name for that. But if you had multiple branches, I don't know what they got here. They got they got Docklands branch, you've got City Centre branch, you've got Dublin 4, whatever that is, wherever that is. They've got different locations. Okay, now these locations could also open up to things. So let's say again, let's go to Kent. I don't know why I'm using Kent, but let's say I've got Canterbury, Faversham, and somewhere else, Dartford, something like this. Okay, they're my 3 branches in Kent. So I've got location pages now. Okay, and on that location page, it's basically you've got your sales in Dartford and your lettings in Dartford, and you've got links to relevant blog content that you've written about Dartford and letting tips and all that sort of stuff. You can categorize it, and then you've got a contact page for that particular branch. A page that just talks about testimonials for that particular branch. Then you got cluster pages that aren't really blogs about Dartford, but it could be like, you know, your property market prediction for 2024 for sales and lettings in Dartford, and then in Faversham, and then in Canterbury, or whatever else is what I said. You know, so already now you're starting to build a lot more topical authority around your website. If you're doing multiple locations, you just repeat the process. You know, if you're doing one location, it's fine. You do that. You know, but you do what someone like Owen Riley's got here. We just got all this sort of stuff. You know, you just open it up. You know, so that's great. Okay, Then with the links, you know, the more content you've got to your site, the more links you'll probably pick up organically, because people will just start linking to your site. That's just the way it works. Citations, you just go to UK citations. You can do it yourself, or you can pay someone to do it. And then basically you just get yourself on all those business directories and stuff in the UK, and also the ones that are local to you. So there'll be directories based in Kent and stuff. Definitely 100% use a local directory to you, but then use the UK ones too. So once you've done all the content, you've got the links, you're going to see that this will start improving. Your page trust, your domain trust, the links being picked up will increase. The more content you put out, this will start increasing. And then, as I showed you earlier, you know, as keywords increase, your traffic increases as well. They just sort of work hand in hand. You know, this one here, you know, the traffic's increased, you know, and the keywords have increased. It's just the way it works. You know. Okay, that's that. I think I've talked that to death. This is a little sort of on-page audit thing of their homepage, you know. So I basically put in the keyword of estate agent Dublin. I put in their URL for the homepage, and it's basically coming up with all the pages that from position 1 to 10. So all websites that are ranking for estate agent Dublin on page 1 of Google. It's basically checking out what they've got content-wise, and then optimizing it for what you should have on this page here. So it's basically saying we need more words, we've got to increase the word count, we need more headings. Let's scroll down here. It's suggesting estate agents. I've got it mentioned once on this page. It needs to be mentioned twice. Estate agent needs to be mentioned 5 times. You know, property it's currently mentioned 7. It's recommending I suggest it. I've mentioned it number 2 times, and so on. So you can write more content for this and use this here. Now, some of this I'd need to delete, like Sherry Fitzgerald, Morrison's Estates. These are probably competitors. I'd just ignore that. You know, Lisney, I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to double check. Again, I'd ignore that if I wanted to. But by including all this stuff here, that means this page is now content rich, which is going to help that topic authority. It's going to help you get indexed more pages. It's going to show Google that this page is a lot more valuable than it was originally, like by adding all this stuff onto it. Okay. Also, I can see that, you know, the alt tax is missing on these images, and so on. Okay. So I'd basically add more paragraphs. You've got here about selling your property, you know, thinking of selling your Dublin property, looking to let your property, do you need help letting your Dublin property, things like that. You got to be a bit careful. You don't want to mention Dublin too many times and things. Add a bit more text and all of these. You can definitely flesh these out. Have you know, sort of like 3 paragraphs per each section, and then underneath this, I'd add more of these sort of areas here. It'd be like, you know, how we differ to other Dublin estate agents, and why choose us, or about our services, or something like that, and add more content to it. Okay, so that I've increased the content count and stuff like that. And then after that, it's about repeating that, you know, sort of going back to the competitors and going, look, they got stuff here about, you know, all this sort of content here. It's about creating more pages and expand that page. And I'm going to give you some ideas in a second. So that's kind of what I use this for. This is brilliant. I use this whenever I do like landing pages and lead gen pages for microsites, for websites and stuff. If I go to this tool here, I take this with a pinch of salt. Okay. This is basically saying, okay, for estate agents in Dublin, these are the top, I think it's gone up to 20, top 20 results for estate agents Dublin. And, you know, they haven't got the keyword in their URL. They haven't got it in their meta. They haven't got it in their title tag or the meta description. And it tells you, it doesn't tell you like what your URL is, what the averages are, and then what they recommend. Okay, now you take it with a pinch of salt, because although they haven't got estate agent Dublin in their URL or in their keyword, they might have something different. So if I go back to this guy here who's on position 1, no, let's go back to the home page, sorry, and then they've got Dublin estate agents. So where I've only been tracking for estate agent Dublin, and it's saying, okay, great, because you don't have that keyword in your site title or something like that. Actually, your competitors might have something different, you know. So you got to take it with a pinch of salt. You got to sort of know what you're doing a little bit. But what I always look at is it's saying you should increase your keyword, your word count, okay? Because the average of the word count comes at about this here word count 1100, okay? And it's saying to increase your word count. It's also saying that you need more images, okay? So when I showed you this here, making sure these images here, that already gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives you another 7 images, okay, which will bring it closer. And these other images here are probably because other websites have got like property, like their listings, and then recently sold, recently let. They might have that kind of stuff on it, and so it's probably the fact that they've just got more properties, listings, sort of blocks on their websites. Okay, so actually fixing this page here, you could probably do in about 2 hours tops. Okay, by looking at what this says and looking at what this says. And that's how I do it. You know, basically. Now with the other content ideas, like you can look at this sort of stuff that they've got here, but what you can also do is you can do 2 things now by looking at the competitors. You can check what keyword they're indexing for, and I can see what backlinks that they've got. Because Google obviously likes this website. It likes it because they've got all these, they index all these keywords, and they've got all these pages and stuff. So let's copy that. It's winning. Let's copy that. So what I do is I click on keywords, and I see what they're indexing for, okay? And I try and make content about that, you know. Estate agent Dublin, Ireland, this is all fine. This is all sort of like obvious stuff. But if I had to dig a bit deeper, take it down, let's go to, I don't know, whatever, page 4. See what they've got here. Apartments to rent in Dublin, Dublin apartments for rent, renting apartments in Dublin. So renting apartments in Dublin, this could be a page all about renting apartments in Dublin. You can give some tips and insights, and you can update it every year, you know, so it'll be 2024, and you can give some forecasts and stuff about that. You can scroll down, you can find some other stuff. So basically you're going to find hundreds of ideas here, you know, service apartments in Dublin. Maybe you've got a service you offer talking about service apartments in Dublin, so you create a page on that, you know, and so on, and you just keep building it, you know. And the more these pages you've got, not only will you be ranking for these pages, so like service apartments Dublin, difficulty level 7, they're currently in position 13 for it. Okay, so they're not going to get a lot of traffic to that page because they're on page 2 of Google. But having all these pages is going to make you increase that topical authority for being that estate agent, that sales and lettings agent in Dublin. So you'll find that all pages will increase, and especially your home page and all those money-making pages, they'll increase because you're basically telling Google, look, I'm clearly an expert in selling and letting homes in Dublin. Look at my site, all this beautiful content and stuff. And so those money-making pages will just boost up, okay? Especially when you add the content stuff with the backlinks, okay? So if I take back a page here, bear with, no, just go here, just go to backlinks, like so, and see what backlinks they've got. Oh no, sorry, what have I done? Backlinks. Okay, let's go back a page. Go here. I want to see their backlinks. I'm not sure what it's doing here. Let's go back here. Go to these backlinks here. Open this up. Run the audit. Did I do this earlier? No, I didn't. Run the audit. Just give it a few seconds. It shouldn't take long. I'm now going to see what links this site's got and what Google's liking about it, so I can basically repeat it, you know. So backlinks, you got the referring. These are the amount of websites that they've got linking to it, and these are the amount of pages they've got linking to it, basically. Okay, so I can go to referring domains. I can open it up. They've got Medium, Silicon Republic, the Irish Times, Blog Feed Spot, the Journal, Law Insider, Irish Mirror, all these Irish Mirrors and all that stuff. These are probably directory kind of things, you know. Skyscraper City, Yellow Place, Website Crawl. So they've had an SEO person on here doing stuff, because some of this stuff is you wouldn't really know unless you're an SEO person, you know. Backlink clicks and all that sort of stuff. They've had SEO. They pay someone to do it, which is great because they're on position 1, so good for them. They've done it right. They've got an expert, someone in that knows what they're doing, and they're probably benefiting from it as a result. But I can see all this stuff here, and I go, brilliant. Well, look, I want the same, And then what you can also do, this is a they've got 2 links from this website going to theirs and stuff, So I can check this out, and I can go, okay, what's this here? Harrow's photos. I'm not sure they are. Maybe they're the photographer that they use or something. I don't know. But they've got 125 links going to their site. I could dig deeper if I wanted to and check it all out. Pension property, your local. That's the directory, isn't it? They got 57 links from that with a domain trust of 54. So I'll be smashing that one if I try to rank this Dublin estate agent, because it's got a high domain authority, and they seem absolutely fine with having lots of links coming from their site to this estate agent's website. Okay. Keyword hungry. This is SEO kind of stuff. Love it. Keyword basket. It's loads of them. It's great. I mean, it's fine. Jameson's house, i.e. Basically, what you do is you just download this here, and you just open them all up, and then you try and get those links yourself going to your site, basically. Okay. So that's it in a nutshell. That video took longer than I wanted, really. But I hope it made sense. That's kind of what I do when I do your audit. I will do this here. I will record it. I will then download you the keyword results from your competitor in position 1, what backlinks they got, so you can then basically use those backlinks, create content to your site using the keyword suggestions that I'm giving you from their keyword analysis report. I will then do an audit of your website and give you suggestions on what you need to do. Do you need to add more words? Do you need to reduce more words? Add more images? Make tweaks to your meta descriptions and your site title and things like that. And I basically record this and just basically tell you what to do and provide you with all the downloads of all these reports and stuff that I've got, so that you can action it, or you can go, oh no, and then ask someone to do it like me. And that's it. So yeah, if you want a free audit, let me know, and I'll do it for you. All right, cheers, bye.